So yeah, I've talked for almost an hour about WrestleMania weekend. So just to let you guys know, this ain't gonna happen again. This whole hour thing, unless it's another WrestleMania weekend, but that's for a year away. But just hope you enjoy this video. Sorry about that. Instant Classic 8. What's up, Alyssa? YouTube world, finally back at it once again. It's Instant Classic 8. I'm here to talk about WrestleMania and WrestleMania weekend as a whole. I haven't spoken on this since coming back. I know True Slayer, he has a video up on his account where pretty much a bunch of us got together and we just did a video. But well, first off, I was very tired. We didn't start that video till like around 4 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know, I just really didn't feel like doing it then. But I have to come back and tell you guys exactly what happened on WrestleMania weekend. First thing first, I had a blast. It was really fun. All the wrestling shows that we went to, all the money that I had to spend, all the sleep that we didn't get, everyone that I met, everyone that came up to me. Thank you. Like I said, I had a blast. Everything was so much fun. I cannot wait to do it next year. And speaking of that, I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way because I know some of you guys might turn this video off. Next year, WrestleMania 28 is in Miami, Florida. And I think for someone, you know, for me personally, I've been to 2 of these, so I think I can speak a little bit on it. If I know a lot of people, you know, as soon as WrestleMania is over, they did this the year before and the year before that. As soon as WrestleMania is over, they say, oh, I'm definitely going next year. And then, you know, the WrestleMania comes around, you don't see that person. Well, this is the thing. If you have intentions on going, then get yourself there, basically. Start saving money pretty much now, because it creeps up on you. I'm 2 days removed from Atlanta, and it feels like I just got back from Phoenix. It doesn't feel like I've been to 2 WrestleManias in the last 2 years. It does not. It just, you know, time just flew by so quick. I mean, I remember us coming back from Phoenix, and you know, me putting on my Twitter that, you know, I leave for Atlanta in 365 days, and you know, I'm just now getting back. It felt like that was just yesterday. That's not me, you know, exaggerating. That's me being serious. It crept up on me, and you know, just like that, boom, it was here. You know, so if you have intentions on going, you know, definitely put your mind to it, save your money, and you can definitely go there. You know, it's always good to, you know, have a buddy tag along with you, but if you go in groups, it's much better because things are cheaper. You guys can split a hotel room, you know, just someplace to crash. You don't need any place expensive, just somewhere to, you know, just to basically lay your head for a few hours, which is basically what we did, you know. Very little sleep, but hey, you know, what can you do? So yeah, do that. It also, like I said, if you plan on going, don't hesitate on anything, like any shows or any events. If tickets come on sale, go ahead and buy them then. This is the, I call this the Billy Pass rule of WrestleMania. If you have intentions on going anywhere, this is not just WrestleMania. This is any event, ROH, WWE, TNA, anywhere. If you have intentions on going somewhere, buy your tickets. You know, if you don't go, the worst thing you can do is sell your tickets, and somebody will buy them. Just like, you know, this past year, if you have intentions on going to WrestleMania and you want to attend those ROH shows, as soon as they go on sale, you should have bought them. And you know, and if you can't go ahead and unload them and sell them to someone. You know, this the events, both of them sold out, so you know somebody will buy it from you. So you just gotta be smart with it. Like I said, you gotta plan early because it creeps up on you. And like I said, we just got done with WrestleMania 27, but before you know, WrestleMania 28 will be here. Speaking of that, of course, yeah, I do plan on going. I can't wait. I probably just stay down there for a good week because I do want to experience, you know, I want to go down for the wrestling, of course, but I want to experience Miami. I've never been. I want to experience the South Beach, which is going to be crazy. So I cannot wait for that. They already have the main event for WrestleMania 28, John Cena versus The Rock. That's huge. I can't wait to see that. And there's a chance we might get, I would say, a rematch. Well, yeah, a rematch from this year, WrestleMania, Triple H versus Undertaker. And, you know, who knows how that would be, but I definitely would love to see it again. And also, you know, if they could throw like another match, I don't know, you know, if he's completely done with wrestling, but, you know, something like CM Punk versus Stone Cold would just be so fantastic. So, that's that. Like I said, if you have intentions of going, start planning now. Me and my buddy Brian, we basically have been planning this thing since WrestleMania 26, and even if then we were still like uncoordinated and had to take care of everything, but it was still fun. Like I said, that year creeps up on you, but definitely, if you have your mind set on going to WrestleMania, start your planning now because it's gonna come quick. Anyways, that's a whiles away. Well, but let's talk about WrestleMania 27, the weekend as a whole. I got to Atlanta Thursday. I got there. I was the last one of the group as far as plane travel who was there. It was me, True Slayer, our buddy Brian, and his buddy Sean. I got there, met up with them. Then we went to the hotel. We were there. I think we stayed there until Nightmare 10 and his sister arrived. They came down there. We went to go someplace to eat. We came back, and then LV5454, he came there. So that was everyone who was coming that day. That night. We went to the Vortex, which is a bar and grill in Atlanta. I had been reading about and hearing rave things about it. It was a great place. It really was. When we got in there, the waitress, when she wanted to sit us down, she just happened to sit us in the booth directly behind or in front of another group of YouTubers. It was who was it? It was freaking Yaya 88, Assault and Battery 777, Stevie Breach, Luke Cage 29, and Billy Paz. They were all there, so that just happened to be funny that she set us right in front of them. They're all real cool dudes. I wish I got a chance to hang out with them more, but really cool dudes. So we're there. Like I said, the food was great. It was a really nice atmosphere. A little crazy, but that's all good. True Slayer, who was sitting beside me, he was on Twitter on his phone, and he saw that Jim Cornette had mentioned that he was at Vortex. So everyone starts marking out like, oh my God, where is he? Me personally, because I did the planning and everything, I knew that there was a chance that he could have been at the other Vortex, which is like 4 miles away from the one that we were at. And that one, the other one is the more popular Vortex. I just happened to go pick this one because it was, it had more space in it because you'd have to wait, in line for an hour and a half for a table. So, but he actually happened to be at the one that we were at. So as soon as we said that, we were like, man, we gotta get him to come over here and talk to us and everything. And oh yeah, kind of get aside of track. Hopefully I catch myself. The other reason why we were gonna get him to come over there, we're actually gonna buy him drinks, which we did. The other reason why we were gonna do that is because, and I said this in my last video, I just didn't explain it. Chase, who's cdude9590 on YouTube, he bought our tickets for the ROH shows in Atlanta. 5 tickets for both nights, so it was 10 tickets total. The week before the week we were gonna leave, he found out there was a good chance that he wasn't able to come, which he wasn't able to come, unfortunately. So I gave him my address, and he said he's gonna send the tickets to me, just in case. And if he doesn't, then he can just take his ticket when he gets there. So I was like, all right, cool. Last Monday, when I got home, I went out and did something. When I got home, I checked the mail, and the envelope that he sent the tickets in was inside of the mail. So I pulled it out, and it was very light. And when I turned it around, I realized that the flap that goes over that you seal the envelope with was gone, and nothing was in the envelope. So me, knowing Chase, knowing that he kids around a lot, I immediately pulled out my phone and I called him. I was like, you got to be 100% serious with me right now. I was like, did you send me these tickets? And he double checked himself, and he was like, yeah. So that's when I really started to freak out. And I was like, holy shit, we don't have any tickets. Where are the tickets at right now? I was like, I'll call you back. I messaged my buddy Brian. I told him about it. He told me call him right away. I explained the situation, and we were just trying to think of ways that how we could fix this, because it's kind of hard that you can get into a wrestling show without any tickets, and things were weird. We told Josh, True Slayer, and he was freaking out, and I was just like, okay, what can we do to fix this situation? It was a long shot, but I messaged Dave Lagana on Twitter, knowing he has a big influence, well, not big influence, but he works for Ring of Honor. But me knowing that he does mostly the production side, it has nothing to do with like the sales or anything. I just sent him a message like, hey, is there anything you do? And, you know, me knowing that he probably couldn't do anything, when he sent it back, he said, you know, he really couldn't do anything. Just to call up the office and see what you can do. The office was closed that day, so we had to wait the next day. So call the office, let them know the situation. They were basically saying that, you know, they did their job for sending the tickets out, but it was kind of like at risk that, you know, that Chase mailed the tickets to me, and it really wasn't their fault. You know, I guess they could say that, but then again, I mean, you know, it's an independent wrestling company. You know, we're just trying to go see their show. We had all the information. You know, the transaction ID from PayPal, the order number, everything. We had all that stuff. Anyways, we give him that stuff, and he basically says that, you know, he gave us which rows and which seats that we had, you know, purchased and everything. And he says, basically just bring this up to the front door when you guys get in Atlanta, and we can see what we can do. Me knowing who sits at the front door of these shows, wasn't too optimistic. So, you know, I said, all right, screw it. We don't have to, you know, hope for the best. I took out as much information from Chase as possible, and, you know, just like I said, hope for the best once we get to that door. Then I think I was on Facebook or something. I saw that Kerry Silken, who was the owner and president of Ring of Honor, he had his chat open. I didn't want to send him a chat, so I sent him a Facebook message, basically let him know the situation. He sends one back immediately, just saying call the office, you know, see what they can do. And then like a minute later, after that, he sends I didn't send anything else. He sent another one, just said bring all your paperwork to the front door. So now that I've spoken to the president, I'm thinking, okay, you know, we should be good and everything. So I got all my stuff together, and, you know, I put it in my bag, and, you know, wait till we get down to Atlanta. So we get to the show. Well, first, you know, we get into the area of the show, and no. Okay, so we get to Vortex. I'm back on topic. We get to Vortex, and that's when I'm like, we gotta bribe Jim Cornette, let him know of our situation, see if there's any way he can help us. So waitress comes over. I give the waitress $5. I was like, hey, go over there and tell that guy there. Five Ring of Honor fans that want to buy him drinks. She does that. He looks over and sees us. We're all waving and say, hey. He comes over maybe like 5 minutes later, says, you know, I really appreciate this, guys. You guys are doing me a big favor. I'm trying to get my wife drunk. We all bust out laughing. So he went back to his seat. And I'm starting to feel good. Like, this is going to be good karma. We're doing something for him. In turn, we're going to get something for us. His wife comes over, and, you know, she's thanking us and everything. She's like, oh, my God, I got to get a picture with you guys. So he comes over, and she takes the picture and everything. Hopefully I remember to, but I will post a link in the description. But there's a lot of links in this description box. Places for this picture, hopefully I remember. The pictures that I've taken during WrestleMania weekend, I have a Picasso link for that. And I'll link my other YouTube channel, which is where I keep like all my like little videos that I do. I don't have anything on there yet, because I usually wait a couple days to put like wrestling events and everything on there. But something will be on there soon, so definitely check that out. Really good stuff on there. But anyways, she comes over there, she takes the picture. You know, he's saying his goodbye. That's why I was like, hold on, we gotta explain the situation. Told him the situation, trying to say, you know, we're not trying to get over on anyone. We just want to see a wrestling show. That's one of the main reasons I came down here, was to see these Ring of Honor shows. I was not missing these things for anything. So he said, you know, I understand the situation. You just basically just got put in a bad spot, which is what we just, you know, we didn't do anything wrong. We just got put in a bad spot. So he just said, you know, bring all your stuff to the front door. Speak to Sid, who I believe is vice president. I'm not sure, but he's in charge of. He's pretty much in charge of like day-to-day operations with Ring of Honor. He's always at the front. If you see a guy at the front at the taking tickets or selling tickets at the front door, that's who that is. That's who we have to speak to. He said, talk to him. If he has any problems, tell him that you spoke to me. You know, talking about Cornette, that you spoke to me, and you know, all should be well. So after that, I feel really good about myself. Still a little curious because we weren't there yet, but I felt better about myself. That was that. We went home, got some sleep. We got up that morning. I think Friday. Yeah, Friday we went just downtown, just walked around everything. Went to CNN Center. Walked up to the Georgia Dome, to the Phillips Arena, to the Convention Center, which was funny because the convention, or I think it was called a convention, or whatever that place was. It was right between the Georgia Dome and Phillips Arena, which if you've been in Atlanta, you know that all this stuff, the CNN Center, Phillips Arena, Georgia Dome, the Convention Center, it's all packed together as one. Like, you can walk to everything. It's crazy. It's like right there. But anyway, we went to all that stuff, walked around. We walked down by. We were actually going to go to the aquarium, but it was very packed. So we were like, we're gonna come back on here Sunday, which we didn't, unfortunately. I've been there myself before, so it's not that big of a deal. Anyways, we did that. We went back to the hotel. We met up with Honor Hammer and his dad, and then we went to the Ring of Honor show. We got down there, and I rode with Eric or Honor Hammer and his dad. So when we got there, we went to this pizza place that was like like a block away. We're sitting there. And then Truth Slayer and the group that he was with, they got there. And then, he was like, he calls me and basically saying that, hey, that, people are going inside to get their tickets and everything. We need to come in here and take care of this now. I was like, all right, let me finish eating and I'll be there. So when I did this, I was standing outside to take the phone call. I turned around, and inside the subway was Dave Lagana, who I messaged earlier. And then, he saw me, he waved and everything. So I went in there, and I said, what's up and everything. He said, you ready for the shows? And I was like, yeah, hopefully if we can get in there. And then he said, did you explain the situation? I was like, yeah. He was like, okay, well, I'm going to talk to Sid, and, if something goes down, just come get me, and we'll take care of everything. You'll be in that show. Right there, that's when I felt good that this was going to happen. Still didn't have tickets yet, but I felt good. Anyways, we went to the show. Me and Josh went inside. We waited. We spoke to the chick at the booth. Said, "Hey, can we speak to him?" About 10 minutes later, Sid comes down. No one had alerted him of our situation, so we just had to explain it to him. But he was like, he just had this funny look on his face, like he knew what was up. Explain the situation. He was like, "How many tickets were there?" I was saying 10. He's like, "Hold on, okay, hold on a second." So we wait at the box office. The chick comes back, and she says, "I need to address the person that sent it." There's a long story anyway. But what happened was the tickets, which we at first thought someone had stolen because the rip on the envelope looked so perfect, like someone did it. Well, we initially thought someone had stolen the tickets. The tickets actually fell out of the mail somehow. I don't know how that flap got open, but somehow it fell out of the mail. Whoever found it sent them back to Ticketmaster, who in turn sent them back to the place which it was at Center Stage Theater. So the whole time they were there. We went through all that basically for nothing. But like I said, I wasn't not getting into I wasn't, I was going to attend these shows one way or another. So I'm not upset for anything that I did. Everything was worth it. Even if I bought Jim Cornette, I still have that on my list that I was able to buy Jim Cornette a round of drinks. But yeah, it was all worth it. Got into the show. Show was awesome. This venue they were at, from the outside it looked crazy. It looked like a bomb show, like a real dump. They got inside, the way it was set up, it was like stadium seating. It was like around kind of like an orchestra style seating. The place was great. Didn't have a bad seat in the house. Basically, the only bad seat in the house I would really say was they had like this big production thing like in the middle, and there were 2 seats like right beside it. Those are the ones I could say that may have been bad. But the ones that we had for both nights, especially night 2, great seats. We can see everything. The show itself, the first night of Honor Center Stage, was really fun. In fact, not really fun. In fact, this is the most fun I've ever had at a wrestling event ever. I lost my voice in the first half of the show. The matches were all fun. The first match of the night, I think Michael Elgin and El Generico was a really fun match. It's the first match of the night, so everyone's into everything they do. It was so much fun. They had the Women of Honor match, Masamoto and Kiriara versus Sarah Del Rey and Serena Deeb. That match, oh my god! I'm not really into women's wrestling, but that match was awesome by itself. J.M. Mark Briscoe versus Adam Cole, Cal O'Reilly. Really fun match. I already feel that Cole and O'Reilly want to have the matches that were the most fun this weekend, and I can really say that they did. I enjoyed both of their matches they had at night. By the way, I have in the description box my top 10 matches of the weekend, so check that out. These are the matches I felt were the best. My favorite, I won't say the best, but my favorite matches of the weekend are in that list. Davey Richards versus Roderick Strong was nuts. People were popping, going nuts for it. I forgot which spot it was, but I know it was a spot that made me jump out of my seat, which was so crazy. Wrestling's Greatest Tag Teams versus Kings of Wrestling. It was a great match, especially the end where Charlie Haas had the Haas of Pain on Claudio Castagnoli. Chris Hero got the lucky elbow pad and was going to, I guess, take out Charlie Haas, but Shelton Benjamin jumps on the top rope where Chris Hero is and throws him over top of the submission. And then that's when Claudio submitted. The place went nuts. Definitely a sight to see. It was so much fun being in the building when that happened. Eddie Edwards versus Chris Daniels, awesome match. A lot of technical stuff. They actually did that spot where I think he did the, I don't know, I call it bookend. He did a bookend through the table. It was nuts. Just an overall great show. Like I said, I don't want to go too much in depth on the shows except WrestleMania, but overall great show. Like I said, the most fun I've ever had at a wrestling show. When you go to Ring of Honor, you just feel like you're a part of the show, and some people feel they're way too part of a show. Like there's some chick. If you've seen the pay-per-view, she was screaming like throughout the entire event. It was crazy. I wanted to punch her so bad. But I had so much fun. A lot of the people, I had 3 or 4 people come up to me at this show and the next show, ROH show. People come up to me. I don't remember you guys' name, but I appreciate, your support and everything. I met Nightmare Ball of One here. Real cool dude, him and his buddy. They're real cool dudes. Ran into Monoxide and MB Wrestler. They're always cool, just as usual. Unfortunately, I couldn't hang out with them as much as I wanted to, but Miami's another different story. But yeah, just a really fun night of wrestling. When we left, we walked across the street, and there was a cab there, and all these people were huddled around the cab. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? Look in the cab, I see El Generico in the hood or whatever. Right beside him, there was actually Bryan Danielson. Behind him was CM Punk, who actually had walked right through. We had saw him early. He walked right through the crowd and everything. And Colt Cabana, so that was cool to see. Went back to the Vortex, had fun there. We actually didn't get back into the room till maybe 2, maybe 3 o'clock or so. I know the other guys, they didn't get in until 4. So we got no sleep the next night because we were back up at 7 a.m. Next day, we went to the ROH fan convention. I didn't buy any DVDs this year. I needed to, but I didn't buy anything. I spent a lot of money down there. I got pictures with a bunch of guys. I don't really do autographs, even though I got a few. I don't do autographs. I just, I like pictures. I got pictures with Kings of Wrestling, All Night Express, Eddie Edwards, Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong is the coolest guy in the world. Colt Cabana, and I know there's someone else in there. Prince Nana, who's always cool. Went there. Just a lot of people there. Like I said, people ran up to me. It was really fun. Just, talking to all the wrestlers and everything. And, it's a really good time. I like when ROH does these fan conventions. They're really cool. Oh, I also met Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, who a lot of people were saying they were assholes over the weekend. I can pretty much, the way they act, I saw this from the first time I saw them when I went to Glory by Honor last year, when they were in the, what's the name of the place? Irish Times, which is the bar they go to after the New York shows. They just were acting really weird. So, I don't know. I guess this is how they are. Who knows? But either way, I took a picture with them in the gold. Hey, I wanted to get that. Charlie Haas was trying to get me to buy a picture. He wanted to give me a picture, and he was going to autograph it. Him and Shelton were going to autograph it. He wanted me to buy it because he was like, Kurt's going to be in town tomorrow for Wrestle Reunion. I didn't buy the picture, but as soon as they said that, I was like, holy shit, I want to meet Kurt Angle, right now. So we had plans to go to that anyway because Josh wanted to meet Daphne. So get to that in a second. We were still at the fan convention. They did this little match, Alabama Connection or something like that versus Bushwhacker Luke and who was it? Damn. Oh, Grizzly Redwood. Okay, match. It was what it was. They did an interview with Eddie Edwards talking about, what's his plans and ROH's champion, blah, blah, blah. Decent stuff. They kicked us out. Sat outside for 30 minutes and started letting people back inside. When I was sitting outside, it was a funny thing. There was a lot of traffic coming through this little strip where the center stage is. And I'm sitting on the steps or whatever. I think all the other guys, they went down to to the pizza place again to get food. But I was just sitting out there and walking down where it was Chris Hero, Chris Daniels, and Claudio Castagnoli. They were walking down the sidewalk. So normally, you know, all these roads and everything, they have street lights for, you know, when people, the crossing and everything. They walk completely across it, ignoring that it had, you know, do not walk. Cars are honking and everything, and they're just walking through like nothing is gonna hurt them. Like, car had to skid out of the way. It was pretty funny. They almost died, but it was pretty funny. I got a chuckle out of it. Anyway, night 2. Like I said, the seats were really cool, really good stuff. They opened the show with Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole versus Kings of Wrestling. It had match of the year. Well, it is match of the year. Some people might say that the Del Rio and Edge was match of the year. Opening match of the year. There it is. But I think this was a lot of fun. Kings went over, Cole and O'Reilly. Definitely want to check that out. Colt Cabana versus Dave Taylor. That was a fun match just to see. You know, pretty cool match to check out. Let's see what else they have. Fallen Angel. Chris Daniels versus Michael Elgin. Yeah, it was an okay match. It was kind of there so he could set up for the angle later on. Get to that. Intermission. After intermission, Jim Cornette comes out and has an interview with Davey Richards, basically saying that, you know, when are you ready to take your world title shot? You know, and you definitely got to do it now that Eddie Edwards is champion. You know, you got to see you two go at it. And basically, Davey Richards was like, I don't want to ruin Eddie's time. I don't want to take the belt from him, so I don't want to challenge him for the title. I'd rather wait until someone else gets it to challenge him, because I don't want to be the guy that beats him. You know, I don't want to, because the whole thing is Davey Richards. He said he's ready. He's going to challenge for the title, but it's going to be his last challenge, whether he wins or whether he loses. It will be his last time challenging for the Ring of Honor belt. So he said he doesn't want to. Because I guess he has the confidence that he's going to win his next one. He doesn't want to be the guy that takes the belt off of Eddie Edwards. Of course, Eddie Edwards comes out and said, "Who you think you can beat me?" You know, blah, blah, blah. So hopefully it's setting up a match between the two. I'm guessing the 626 show. I really don't see the reason why they wouldn't do it there. Obviously, you could hold out for Final Battle, but I think 626 is probably the best time to do it. Shimmer Tag Team match. I think it was Daisy Hayes and what was it, Nakagawa, I believe. Tomoka Nakagawa versus Matsumoto and Kirihara. A really good match. I enjoyed the match the night before a little bit better, but this was so cool as well. Mark Briscoe, Jay Briscoe versus All Night Express, Kenny King, Rhett Titus. Oh, this match was a bloodbath. It was so crazy. Rhett Titus did that jumping X Factor to, I believe, Jay through the table. So nuts. You guys see this match. I cannot wait for I guess they're gonna have a match at 626. I can't wait to see what happens with that. El Generico versus Roderick Strong. It was a good match. I enjoyed it a lot. I think I liked it more than a lot of people did. At the end of the match, the House of Truth comes out to beat it down El Generico, which brings out Chris Daniels. Looks like he's going to help El Generico. He turns, hits him with the Book of Truth. So he's now in the House of Truth. I think everyone in the building saw this coming from a mile. It's all good. I think this will eventually lead to, I think Josh said this as well, eventually it'll lead to the return of Kevin Steen, which I can really see that happening. I don't know when, but I think it's going to happen sometime this year. I do want to say, as far as the crowd goes, you can tell a lot of the people that were for the Saturday show, they also attended the Friday show, because a lot of people were just completely exhausted and burnt out from the night before. That, excuse me, it's not that they didn't like everything, because like with me, I love night 2, but night 1 burned us out so bad that we wasn't really popping for everything that we should have. But it was still a good experience. I had no voice, and I still tried to cheer along with everything. I can say TNT is now my favorite theme song in wrestling. That brings us to the World's Greatest Tag Team versus American Wolves Dream Tag Team match. I thought this match was so good. Just such good wrestling between the two. I forgot what spot I marked out for, but it was nuts. Just like the night before, I jumped out of my seat when it happened. Such good stuff. Really entertaining. if you haven't checked these shows out, definitely. It's only $20, and you get both shows. You can buy individual shows, $15 a piece, but $20 will get you both shows. These are definitely worth to check out, especially the first night, which, like I said, was one. It's with me. You know, this was my. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This was my 8th and 9th Ring of Honor shows. And I've been to a couple big ones. I went to last year's WrestleMania shows, which was really fun. And I went to Glory by Honor, which was an experience as it is. And this was the Friday night show was my favorite Ring of Honor show that I've attended live, and it was the funnest wrestling show that I've ever been to in my life. I've been to a lot of them, a whole lot of WWE shows. I've been to WCW shows, all of them, and this was the most fun that I've ever had at a show. That's why I love Ring of Honor. Their live events, the feel of their live events it's better than none other. It's so fun. Got done with that. What did we do after that? I don't even remember. I don't know what we did after that, but went back to the hotel room. I was exhausted, so tired. I just wanted some sleep. Went back to the room. I think we were in the room for maybe 45 minutes or so. I passed out on the ground. I set my alarm for 30 minutes, and I took a power nap, and it helped out a little bit. Anyways, we got up. My buddy Brian and buddy Sean, they went to Hall of Fame. The rest of us, we went to Dragon Gate, Mercury Rising 2011. We got there. They were actually the building. Well, they were doing I think it was this company called Rampage Pro Wrestling. They were filming a couple matches for them. I really didn't want to see this, but we got there, I think, for like the last match of the night, so we saw that. But this building, and this is whole thing with Dragon Gate. This is kind of my problem with Dragon Gate. The buildings that they choose for their shows are so weird. This is my third Dragon Gate USA show. I attended live. First one was last year's WrestleMania. If you remember those videos I did with Josh and everything, I think we buried the hell out of this building. It was the Celebrity Theater or something. The layout of the building was alright, The only thing that hurt is that the front row seats in that building were worse, much worse than like the last row of general admission. Because it was stadium seating, but it didn't lead down to the ring. It led down and the ring came back up. With ROH, it led down to the ring so everyone could see everything. If you had, this is speaking of last year's Dragon Gate show, if you had front row seats, you had the worst seats in the house. The show I went to in Philly, that was at the arena. It is what it is. That's the arena. It's, you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. It's a great atmosphere. But this place, which was the Presidential Ballroom, the place, it was connected to this Club Europe. And you can tell it was a club because after we got out, there were people coming in. There was like limos pulling up and everything. People coming in. You can hear the music in there and all that. People were coming into this club as we were leaving out. People were pulling up. They were like, "What are you guys here for?" And it was like, "We were here for Dragon Gate." And that's when we started talking to them and everything. But that's when we realized that it was a legit party going on in there. This place, it was so weird. One of the big problems with this is the fact that the ceiling was low on this place. So from the top rope to the ceiling was, I don't know, what, 5, maybe 6 feet. So you could stand up and your head is on the ceiling. A lot of guys, when they were on the top rope doing matches, they were putting their hands on the ceiling, like they were pushing through the ceiling. It's not cool. If you know Dragon Gate, if you know their style, you understand that it's a lot of spots. It's a lot of high spots. So they need room to do these things. Guys like Yoshino when he does his little his I guess double foot stomp. He jumps in the air, holds himself and then does the foot spot. The foot stomp. Guys like Ricochet definitely needs the space to do his stuff. I'll get to that in a second. Another thing was, when I go to a wrestling show, I know what's expected of me as far as if I need something, what do I need to do? If I go to a WWE show, if I go to if I go to TNA show, if I go to an ROH show, whatever, local indie, it doesn't matter. Just a regular place. It's got like 100 people there. If I go to that place and I want, I don't know, a soda or a bottle of water or something, I get my ass up and I go get it. With Dragon Gate, they have this weird thing going on. And I was told that this happened at the New York show, the BB King's Grill or whatever. But in this place, they had waitresses like come and like take your order for drinks and everything. And while you may think that's a cool idea, if you're sitting there and there's a waitress walking by back and forth like 100 times through the show, it gets annoying. You know, I don't need anyone to come over here, you know, take my order for a bottle of water. If I want it, I go up and get it. You know, if I want some food, I go up there and I get it. It just really bugged me. Also, they didn't, you know, they weren't in touch with the people who ran this this building, because the person that ran this building was the DJ for there. And, you know, like if you go to wrestling shows, well, independent wrestling shows, they usually have music playing like before the show and like during intermission. They had this here, but the music they were playing is not wrestling event appropriate. They were playing like Chris Brown and Dirty Money and these old R&B, like Luther Vandross, like these old R&B songs. Like, no one wants to hear this stuff when you're at a wrestling event. You know, you want to hear like some rock or something that gets you hyped for the show. They weren't playing any of that. It was what it was. You know, you gotta expect this stuff from Dragon Gate. I don't get it. Anyway, I got there, got some food. I need to re-energize myself. Got some food, sat down. God damn, that stuff was more expensive than stadium food. Like, I paid like $11 for like a burger and a drink. Anyways, they had a lot of neat stuff on sale there. I didn't buy anything, but it was cool. Excuse me. So the show. I was only looking forward to 3 matches on this show, the 3 main events, and the 3 main events did deliver. So the show was good. I don't know if it's worth checking out, because I don't know if you guys like the stuff, but I thought it was worth it. And I don't think you'll be disappointed in those last 3 matches. Moxley versus Eric Cannon. It was the opener. It was okay. Whatever. They had an elimination match. Jimmy Jacobs, Brody Lee, Stalker Ichikawa, Silas Young, AR Fox, and John Davis. The stuff with Stalker Ichikawa was really fun. Jimmy Jacobs is whatever. I thought it was an okay match. It was a fun match, and then it turned into just like an okay match. Another gripe I have with Dragon Gate. The ring announcer. I don't know this guy's name. The guy is talented at what he does. He's a really, you know, as far as like an independent guy, you know, he's really good at what he does. The only thing is, it's kind of similar to, you know, WWE, or especially if you watch UFC, you guys know how Bruce Buffer is. You know, when he announces people, you know, if it's like the opening, the curtain jerker fight, or if it's just fights, you know, throughout the night, you know, he saves his energy. He says, you know, blah, 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 you know, weighing at 205 pounds, Huntington Beach bad boy Tito Ortiz. He'll just say that. Then when he gets to the main event, you know, reigning, defending champion George St. Pierre, you know, he's really hyped about it. This guy was hyped for every single person that came out. That kind of comes over as cheesy. You know, I was like, you know, why is this guy doing all this stuff? It especially showed in the main event, where the main event had 6 guys. Even though it was a group, it was a triple threat group versus another, or a three-man group versus a 3-man group. He could have just introduced the group, but he introduced every single person, their town, the town they were born in, or the town they were from, their weight, everything. Too much, way too much. Like I said, he's good, but he's just way too over the top. Anyways, Masato Yoshino versus Sami Callihan. I don't like Sami Callihan at all. This match, it was what it was, whatever. They came back from intermission. They had these 2 jobber teams go at it. Sami Callihan came out, killed everybody, said he's in a fucking bad mood. Eric Cannon came out, said I'm in a fucking bad mood too. They killed everybody again, and they started beating the hell out of each other. Just going to lead to another tag team. There always got to be a new tag team, a new stable, every single Dragon Gate show. Everyone I watch, there's somebody new, or someone turns heel, or whatever happens. It's crazy. Anyways, the matches that I wanted to see. Well, actually, the intermission was at another place. But anyways, let's just talk about this. The 3 matches that I wanted to see. First one, Pac versus Akira Tozawa. This match ruled. Pac is his whole thing is the man that gravity forgot because he flies. He could not fly on this thing because of the ceiling. He did his one of his specialty moves from the second rope. That's how bad it was. Still looked cool. There was a point in here, and Tozawa is just the coolest wrestler you can meet. He's just so goofy and wacky, but he's an awesome wrestler as well. I just love seeing him wrestle. Pac got dropped on his head in this match. It looked scary, but he was fine. Just a really good match. Awesome match. One of my favorite matches of the weekend. These all were one of my favorite matches of the weekend, honestly. Second main event, YAMATO versus Austin Aries. Basically, if Aries won, he became champion. The Open of Freedom Gate champion, that is. He was a champion. If he lost, he would leave Dragon Gate. I think he said he would retire. Whatever. He lost the match. I had one problem with this, and, Nightmare Baller would go against this because he felt a different way, but this is just how I feel. When the match started, we were maybe like 2 minutes into the match. Austin Aries hits his patented brainbuster. I think he goes for the pin, doesn't get it. Gets up to the top rope and does a 450 splash. Hits it perfectly. And YAMATO kicks out. I don't like that. Whenever early on in the match, and I wouldn't say killing the cred of your finisher, but it's just not neat. It kind of saw this thing at like WrestleMania 25 with Triple H and Randy Orton when they hit their finishers like in the beginning of the matches. I don't know. It gives the match a bad feel, at least to me. The match still ended up sweet. It was still a great match, but I just had a problem with that. Anyway, like I said, it was a really good match. Apparently, Austin Aries had his last match, quote-unquote last match, against Jimmy Jacobs the night after. I think he turned heel or something. He's not going anywhere, so it's whatever. The main event was Ronin, who was my favorite stable in wrestling. Chuck Taylor, Johnny Gargano, and Rich Swann versus Blood Warriors, who is Shima, Ricochet, and God damn, I always forget. Oh, Naruki Doi. Really fun match. Just really good stuff between these teams. Ronin, I swear, I told him they're my favorite stable in all of wrestling. I think Johnny Gargano, he's on his way. He's gonna be something good. Speaking of that, Jon Moxley just this weekend got announced that he signed a developmental deal with WWE. I'm really curious on how that's gonna work because of the way Jon Moxley is, but the guy can talk his ass off. He really can talk his ass off. He can go down. He's not the best wrestler in the world, so he can go down to Florida and learn the WWE style and be fine because he's an awesome talker. So can't wait to see what they do with that. Like I said, this match was really good. It came down to the end. Ricochet was going to do his little cartwheel double flip thing over the rope that he always does. He botched it. He actually hurt himself pretty bad. He wasn't able to perform the night after, but it was still a sweet match. I had a lot of fun at this show. When I was at the show, I was feeling like, first I was tired. I was like, oh my god, I don't like to feel this show. At the end of the night, I had a really fun time. It was really good. So that's that. After that, I found this place that was open till like 3 o'clock in the morning, so we went and got something to eat or whatever. Went back to the hotel. Got up the next morning early again. And I didn't get as much sleep as I thought because I was actually texting, which is stupid of me. I should have went to sleep. But the next morning, we got up early. We went down to the city. We went to Wrestle Reunion, which was nuts. If you can have money, especially next year. I know they're gonna be in Toronto. They're gonna be in LA again for Wrestle Reunion. But they were there for Atlanta, and I'm telling you, if you got money, it's an awesome place to go. Just because High Spots they bring everything out. Like, we had seen High Spots at I don't know if they were at the ROH show, but they were there for the Dragon Gate. And they had a lot of good stuff there. But the stuff that they had on sale at the Wrestle Reunion was nuts. Like, I wanted to buy everything I saw. They had a replica NWA World Heavyweight Championship belt. I wanted it so bad. The dude said it was cheap because it had a couple minor defects. I really didn't notice it, but hey, like I said, and they had people there. Josh, like I said, he wanted to meet Daphne. World's Greatest Tag Team were there, and they were looking pissed off as usual. We were all standing in the circle, and we were standing in the corner, and on to the left was New Jack, and New Jack came over there and was like, hey, what y'all doing? And we just basically saying, we just talking. He's like, okay, I thought y'all was trying to set me up. Y'all going to beat me down or something. So that was pretty funny. We spoke to Raven for a good 5 minutes. He's a real cool guy. I wanted to stay just because I didn't want to see it because her line was just ridiculous. But I wanted to at least see in person Lita. But she was like really late, so we just, we went ahead and left there. From there we went to get something to eat. We finally found some place to eat. We walked like 3 miles, in total, just trying to go to places, but every place was packed down there. Obviously, it's WrestleMania. We went to Centennial Park, just hung out for like an hour or so, just chill. And then we went over to the Georgia Dome for WrestleMania. I'll probably put a tag or something in this video, let you guys know when I talk about WrestleMania. I know a lot of people don't want to hear me talk about the independents, so it is what it is. But we're talking about WrestleMania now. Got in there, place was stupid packed. The thing is, the Georgia Dome, it's a big building, but it was not as big as the University of Phoenix Stadium. And what kind of hurt that is with University of Phoenix Stadium, we walked right in. We didn't have to stand, do a little tippy-toe walk behind people. It was still crowded, but you can move through easily. And they had multiple things everywhere. The hallways were wide, so you can get many people in there and just walk through there. So it doesn't take forever to get through. This place took forever to get through. I bought my program. I bought my little lanyard that I keep my WrestleMania ticket in. Just a souvenir. Got down to the seats. Like I said, all my pictures are in the description box. We had really good seats, better seats than last year. The only thing with our seats was I couldn't get a proper picture of the stage. I wanted the whole WrestleMania banner, but I couldn't get that. It is what it is. We actually, we were in section, I think we were in section 133. No, yeah, 133. On section 134 was Nightmare 10 and his sister, and they were actually at the end of the row, so we could see them perfectly. And we could just yell across there like, hey, what's going on? Really cool. I sat with True Slayer and LV5454. We had a really good time. The show opened up Sheamus and Daniel Bryan for the title. I messaged on Twitter, that this was happening. Everyone was freaking out. By the way, the Georgia Dome, just no service at all. Like, I know a lot of you guys may have messaged me on Twitter trying to ask what's going on. I couldn't see anything because I couldn't load Twitter because there was no service in the building. So the only thing I could do was basically just send text through Twitter, and just all I could do. So, and I haven't figured out how to get replies through text messaging, but it's whatever. So that was the dark match. It turned into you guys know what happened. It turned into a lumberjack. Well, it was a lumberjack match, but it turned into a battle royal, which Great Khali won. Whatever. First match, the show opened up. Power was crazy. Everyone was loud. It was much louder than last year because the building was, smaller than the University of Phoenix Stadium. They had that cheesy little intro, which, whatever, it's entertainment. Then The Rock comes out. Everyone's going nuts. Rock cuts that crazy promo. He's got the people in the palm of his hands. And it's a sweet promo. It was awesome. First match of the night, Edge versus Alberto Del Rio. Yeah, when they announced the first match for the World Heavyweight Championship, I think pretty much everyone knew that Del Rio was not going over. I mean, you're curtain jerking a world title match. I can understand that on like a regular pay-per-view, like just some Hell in a Cell or Survivor Series, whatever. But WrestleMania, like, whoa, that's weird. So they did that. The match went like 10 minutes. It was okay. Nothing really over the top. They're actually having, spoiler alert, whatever, they're having a ladder match at Extreme Rules. That should probably be much better than this match. I thought Christian was going to turn on Edge after he won. That didn't happen. They just beat the shit out of ADR's car and left. Whatever. Cody Rhodes versus Rey Mysterio. I love Cody Rhodes' new theme. I haven't watched SmackDown the past like 2 or 3 weeks, so I haven't caught that theme he's had. It's a really cool theme. Just a remix of his older Smoke and Mirrors one. I thought they had a really good match. They didn't steal the show like they said they would, but it was whatever. They had a good match. But nothing over the top. I'm not sure where it broke in the segment, but I think this was they had a little backstage segment with Snoop where he was doing the auditions, I guess to be like a rapper with him or something. That's when Hornswoggle did he did a little rap, and I think everyone went nuts, and I was just, So confused, but whatever. This show was like, if you took out one match, this show would have been a 4-hour Raw with a couple great matches in there, or a couple really good matches in there. We'll get to that awesome match in a second. Kane, Big Show, Santino Marella, and Kofi Kingston, who had a crazy pyro show, versus the Core. Match sucked. Went only a minute and a half. I thought that was too long. It was whatever. I think Santino won with the Cobra. Who cares? Randy Orton versus CM Punk. It went much better than I thought, but it still was a little boring because Randy Orton's in there. And if you see one of the pictures, I caught the exact moment where Randy Orton, well, not the exact moment, but I caught where CM Punk was diving towards Randy Orton and he caught him for the RKO. The finish was awesome, but the match in between, it was what it was. So that was that. I haven't gone back and watched any of these matches yet, except one, well, two. But yeah, like I said, it was what it was. They what did they show? Oh, I think. Well, one of these times they did the promo with The Rock and Eve were backstage, and they did the thing with Mae Young where he was just doing all those crazy jokes. And then they showed the stare down between The Rock and Stone Cold. I went nuts for it. Man, just seeing them two on TV together, just on screen together, just gave me goosebumps. And wow, I miss those times, really do. Michael Cole versus Jerry Lawler, it sucked. I didn't like it at all. The stuff with Lawler and Austin, near the end where Cole was just basically giving up, that was kind of funny, but for the most part, it sucked. I think he gave Swagger a stunner. I'm not sure. I know he gave Booker T. No, he gave Booker T a stunner. He gave Josh Matthews a stunner. JR was out there for the show. Thank God he came out there because he really helped in the next match. The Undertaker versus Triple H. This match ruled. This was my favorite match of the night. It's my favorite match of the night, but my favorite match of the entire weekend. I can tell you, like, when they came out, they were just throwing blows at each other. And I was like, what's going on? And they kind of slowed down a little bit, but it wasn't too much where I got bored, and I was really into the match. I can say that while this match was not better than last year's Shawn Michaels Undertaker match, I enjoyed this match more than the Undertaker Shawn Michaels match from last year. And that's the same much. I mean, I don't say that's not saying much, but that is saying a lot because I really enjoyed that match from 26. But man, just a lot of stuff going on. I was just in awe. And when Triple H pulled off that tombstone, whoa, like it was a legit mark out. Not really as going crazy, but mark out was, oh my God, Triple H is about to beat Undertaker right now. He just finished. Undertaker was down. You can see me stumbling on my words. Undertaker was down, and Triple H takes him out with a freaking tombstone. Thought it was over. Undertaker kicked out. Just Triple H's reaction along with JR's commentary. Oh, just such an awesome match. Undertaker ended up winning with the Go-Go Plata. Damn, it was just an awesome match. And there are talks of them doing it again next year. Hey, I wouldn't mind seeing it at all. So that's that. I think we had the sixth person after that: Ziggler and Lay Cool versus Trish, Morrison, and Snooki, who I popped for. Everyone was looking at me weird, but hey, that's what I did it. By the way, I know everyone on my Twitter. I don't watch Jersey Shore. I've never seen an episode at all. So all the Snooki talk has pretty much been, just joke. So it is what it is. But I have fun anyway. Match went like 3 minutes. Snooki did that cartwheel. I popped for it. Everyone was looking at me crazy, but oh well, it is what it is. Actually, you know what? I like Snooki. She's okay. From what I know of her, I don't watch that show, but I think the chick is cool. It was what it was. The main event for the WWE Championship: Miz versus John Cena. These video packages, they were so awesome. Especially that Miz one. That Miz one made you think that he beat everybody in WWE. Actually, he's only beaten 2 people, but it made you think he beat everybody. And I'm like, why the hell did not show this on the Go Home Raw, or this and the Cena one? Because the Cena one was awesome with the DMX thing, and Miz had Nas in it, and I'm like, why the hell did they not show this in the Go Home Raw? Like, people would have said, damn, like, this is crazy, and they would have bought the show. But no, you're going to show these awesome video packages after everyone is in their seats and everyone has bought the show. I don't get WWE sometimes, but whatever. Match. I know some people liked it. It was what it was. I did not know that Miz smacked his head against the floor. Miz, you gotta tuck your head, man. But smacked his head against the floor. Count out. Shitty finish. Rock comes out saying, restart the match. He hits Cena with a rock bottom. Miz comes in, pins him. I wouldn't say all time bad WrestleMania finish, but it's there. It's up there. I mean, it's just a weird ass finish to this show. Weird. But it was what it was. Rock's there. Anyway, it doesn't matter because next year, WrestleMania is over now. 27 is over. Next year, 28, John Cena, The Rock. I hope they did not when I say overbook it, but get it to the point where people don't want to see this because that would just destroy anything. My thing is, Rock needs to go off and do his movies. WWE needs to give Cena like 2 movies to do so he can stay healthy. And yeah, because I really want to see that match. And if they don't do that match, I'm going to be highly disappointed. But WrestleMania overall, I enjoyed myself live. I'll probably go back and look at it. The matches did not blow my mind, but that Triple H and Undertaker match is something else. So Undertaker's probably going to be gone for a while. And Triple H will probably be, I won't say gone, but Triple H will probably be, he won't be wrestling as much as he usually does. And I can say that next year, I can see them doing not a career versus streak, but Undertaker saying, you know what, this is going to, I'm tired of, well, I won't say tired, but, I've come to the point where I can't do anymore. I've beaten everybody at WrestleMania. And, this is going to be my last one. This is my final time coming out. Or he may just say, like, I'm done with WrestleMania. And then Triple H say, let's do it one more time. Give me one more chance. And we're both of them, kind of have this, like, retirement thing going on. But who knows? We'll see. I rambled on for almost an hour. This will be my longest video ever unless something else comes up. But WrestleMania weekend was so awesome. Everyone I met, so everyone I saw again, everyone was cool. Didn't have a problem. I had a lot of people come up, way more people than usual, come up to me at at a show. I usually have like one, like even if I don't expect it, like I went to like a Raw, someone came up to me. Way more people came up to me this time. Everyone was cool. I hope to see more of you in Miami. I know Miami. We're gonna be down there for a week. We're getting crazy down in Miami, especially. I want everyone to show up, but one person in particular, the Dirty White Boy, I need him to show up. And if it is, we're gonna have some good times. But anyway, that's my WrestleMania 27 weekend story. And the good thing is, I did not get stuck at the airport like I did last year for 10 hours. I made it home on time. But anyways, it was a blast. Cannot wait for WrestleMania 28. Like I said, people, it comes quick. As soon as you get through the summer, I mean, boom, it's there like that because football season make things go quick. So, well, we're not going to have football. But whatever. It's going to come up quick, so you guys need to go ahead and start planning. I hope to see a lot of you guys in Miami because, like I said, we're going to have a blast. It's definitely going to be the best WrestleMania weekend of all time. I'll make sure to make it that way. Until then, I am Mr. Classic 8. Peace.